What's up, Frog Pound? I'm Lord Kermit, and this is your Destiny 2 King's Fall raid guide. Please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell to be notified on future content. Let's get into it. The Hall of Souls encounter can be broken down into 3 teams: a runner and a defender for the right side, a runner and a defender for the left side, and 2 people to open the doors in the middle. Each runner starts by grabbing the orbs in the middle and dunking them, preferably at the same time, in the statue with the orb symbol on it. Then, break off with their defenders to the left and right side to retrieve 5 additional orbs. Those orbs will be located around the arena. The defender's job is to clear out waves of enemies to make it easier for the runner to get through. They will also need to open up doors that are blocked by taken goo by shooting the blights that are in the middle, as you can see right here. The orb takes away your jumping ability, however you can jump and swing by hitting your melee button to go a little bit faster. Once you have located and dunked the 6th and final orb, your team can proceed through the portal to the next encounter. It is not necessary to kill the enemies outside the portal. However, once per week per account, you can earn a guaranteed deep sight weapon at the end of the raid by locating the symbols that are shown underneath the portal throughout the raid. Here is a graphic that shows the locations of these symbols. Make your way to the jumping puzzle where you and your team will need to traverse along the floating ships. The first one will appear to the right side, where I'm currently shooting. Jump to it, and then follow the path I take here. Jumping to this platform creates a jumping checkpoint so that you don't have to start over if you should miss a jump. When you make it to this ship, you'll see 2 ships spawn in, one on your left and one on your right. I find it easier to duck under the left ship and then sprint and jump to the right ship. Your first secret chest is located in this top left window where you see me shooting at now. What you'll need to do to get there is hop on the ship and make your way to the ramp on the left side. If you are on a hunter without stomp ease or a sword, you may need to land on this portion of the wall I'm shooting at. Have teammates stay back and stand on the 2 plates on the left and right side in order to open the locked door at the top of the ramp. Make your way up the ramp and jump into the window. If the door is open, you can go through and loot the secret chest. Here is one of the first symbols we needed for the deep sight weapon. However, the other 2 symbols bugged out on us, so I've taken them out of the video. Jump down to the area below and stand on the 2 plates on this side to allow the remainder of your fire team to make it across. For the totem encounter, split up into 2 teams of 3, with one team going left and the other team going right. Designate one person from each side to go down first to protect the totems. The people going down first will need to secure the orb called the brand at the entrance of the totem area. The brand will keep you protected from the poisonous mist that is down there while protecting the totem. Kill the acolytes that are at the beginning. Jump up to the platforms on the left and right side, kill a wizard. The wizard will spawn in a taken knight. Once the taken knight dies, he drops the brand claimer orb in the middle of your plate. One of you will need to pick that up and go down and relieve the person protecting the totems. Once the switches happen, a new wizard will spawn in. Kill that wizard. Another taken knight spawns in. Kill the taken knight, pick up the brand claimer, and go down and relieve the next person at the totem. You will need to steal the brand by walking inside the aura and holding X to take the brand. While at the totem, you'll need to kill as many enemies as you can. Each enemy will give you a stack of Death Singer's power. Pay attention to the boomer knights that spawn at the top. You might need some long-range weaponry in order to take them out. Pay attention to your brand of Weaver timer. Once it gets down to about 5 or 7 seconds, your teammate should try to steal that from you. Once he has made the switch, you will make your way up to the middle plate to deposit all of your Death Singer's power into that plate. It is important that you deposit all your Death Singer's power into the plate. Otherwise, you will not be able to pick up the brand claimer. Periodically, at certain thresholds, unstoppable ogres will spawn in. Kill them as fast as possible and keep the chain going. Here is an example of taking too long to kill your knight. As you see, I missed my baby hammer throw, spend the time to pick it up, and then kill the knight, which forces the guy at the bottom to be running low on his Weaver timer. I call out for him to meet me halfway. He successfully gets off the plate. We make the exchange en route. Continue making your exchanges until you fully open up the door and make it to the next encounter. For War Priest encounters, split your fire team into 3 teams of 2. One team on right, one team in middle, and one team on left. There are 3 plates to stand on, one right, one middle, and one left. To start this encounter, stand on all 3 plates. The War Priest and a wave of enemies will spawn in, which you will need to clear that wave before starting damage. Weapon loadouts for this encounter should include your high DPS weapons, a divinity, and a couple people wearing Aeons to generate power ammo after each damage phase. Yellow bar enemies will spawn in on left and right sides. We like to finish these enemies in order to replenish power ammo after damage phases. To start damage, you will need to kill Hive Knights on each side, left, right, and middle. A text will appear stating the glyph reading sequence has begun. Have a teammate stand on the middle plate to determine which plates need to be activated first. They do this by looking at the pillars on the left and right side to see which one is glowing. If neither is glowing, then process of elimination means middle steps on first. The middle reader steps off the plate and a new text appears stating the glyph entering sequence has begun. This is when the first person steps on, looks at the pillars, and alerts the next plate to be activated. The last plate that is activated places an aura around that person, and they and the other 3 players go to the predetermined damage area. The aura has a timer and it's helpful to count backwards starting at 10 seconds. The other 2 plate readers stay to defeat a taken knight who drops the brand claimer in order to swap the damage aura. When damage is over, avoid the wipe mechanic by standing behind the pillar in the shadow that is cast on the ground. When the white mechanic has ended, rinse and repeat, and do the same thing, killing the wave of ads, standing on the plates, getting the aura, and doing damage. As you see here in this portion, I stay for my Taken Knight, defeat the Taken Knight, I grab the brand claimer, and proceed to the aura and wait for the countdown in order to steal the aura. We already used the right pillar in the first damage phase, so now we go to the middle pillar for the second damage phase. Continue this process until you have defeated War Priest. Your loot is in the chest just before the portal. Enter the portal, and this is where you will find a secret chest. However, you have to stand on a sequence of 5 plates, which you can see on the map currently. I like to say there are 3 east and west corridors that have plates on the ends of them. Follow the path I take, however, you can revert back to the map that was shown on screen as a helpful guide. Once everyone is in position, step on the plates in the correct order as shown on the screen. A correct plate will give a loud audible cue and the plate will turn green. Stepping on plates out of order will cause them to glow red. Simply have everyone get off the plates and reset, and then re-enter the correct sequence. Text will appear saying a chest has appeared, and everyone can make their way to the middle of the maze to pick up their loot. Proceed to the exit to begin the Golgoroth encounter. Begin the encounter by shooting down the orb in the middle. Golgoroth will spawn in the middle of the pit area, and the team will need to eliminate a wave of enemies on the left and right side of the room. Make your way to the back of the room to eliminate the rest of the enemies. There is one yellow bar wizard that can be finished for power ammo for the rest of your team. After which, return to the front of the room and begin taking down the orb on the top left side of the pit. This is where you will have 2 people holding Golgoroth's gaze, starting on the left side first. You do this by shooting the exposed meaty area of Golgoroth's back. He will immediately turn and begin firing Axiom darts at the gaze holder. The rest of the team shoots down the orb, which creates a damaging pool that they must stand in to do damage to his chest area. The two gaze holders need to call out their time and swap the gaze at around 2 seconds and position Golgoroth in the area where the team can effectively shoot his chest. The next orb is shot down on the right side. The team stands in the pool and continues damage. Each time the gaze is swapped, shoot down the opposite side orb and continue damaging until reaching the 6th orb or 3rd orb on the right, and damage expires. It is important to pay attention to your screen as one member will be randomly selected with unstable light, which turns you into a big bomb that will explode and kill your teammates. Instead, park yourself at Golgoroth's feet and use the bomb to damage him. Jump out of the pit when a damage phase is over and rinse and repeat until he is defeated. I'll let the rest of the damage phase play out so you can see what it looks like. Loadouts for this encounter should include your high DPS weapons with damage buffs, such as Well of Radiance, Weapons of Light, Void Weakening Grenades, and even Tractor Cannon. Once defeating Golgoroth, your chest will appear at the backside of the totem that he's standing in front of. Make your way to the second jumping puzzle where you will also find a secret chest. Follow the route I take and continue to the Daughters of Oryx encounter. For Daughter's encounter, it's good to orientate yourself to the arena. You are located here, where Oryx spawns is on the opposite side of the map. There are 4 plates in this arena, which we have labeled them in front left, 1, going counterclockwise around the room, 2, 3, and 4. If you were to look at a bird's eye view looking over this arena, it would make the letter U with the base of the U between plates 2 and 3. Your team composition is going to be based off of 4 people taking up position at these plates with 2 floaters. 1 floater between 1 and 4 and 1 floater between 2 and 3. Hop on the start plate, which has a knight on it and is green in color. 1 person will be torn. Immediately look up at the orb floating over one of the other 3 plates, and that is the end plate. Once the end plate is activated, the runner can hop between invisible platforms and make their way up to the orb. Once the runner reaches the orb, it's helpful to alert your teammates so they can get off the plates. Otherwise, they will take damage and could potentially die. Don't forget to take out any snipers on the outside of the map, as they can snipe you and ruin a run. Also avoid standing on any plates other than the start and end plates, as that will trigger a wrong input mechanic and cause the plate to catch on fire and despawn the runner's platforms. You will need 3 runners to piece together the final relic, which will be used to steal the aura shield from the wizard. It doesn't matter which shield you take, however, stealing the shield from the wizard that is shooting at you will create a wipe mechanic, which you can avoid by staying in the aura until you see a bright flash of light. My team does damage on the steps in between the 2 daughters by placing a well, putting divinity on the target, and doing DPS. Here is the wipe mechanic that I was talking about. All you have to do is remain in the aura until big bright flash of light has ended. From there, rinse and repeat until you have defeated the other daughter. Begin the Oryx encounter by moving close to the Tolan orb at the opposite side of the rally flag. Utilize the same strategies as daughters with 4 people on plates and 2 floaters. Eliminate the taken adds that spawn in, as well as the taken knights that will spawn on all 4 plates. The start plate for the first runner will be the plate Oryx goes to and slams his fist. Jump on that plate when it turns green and look for the orb in the sky over one of the other 3 plates, and have someone activate the end plate. Ogres will spawn in sequence at the base of each plate. Once defeated, they leave a bomb in their location, which we need to stagger Oryx for the damage phase. Upon the ogre's death, they also spawn a Blight Eater Knight towards the back of the opposite plate. These knights need to be taken out, as their job is to steal the ogre bombs. Continue activating start and end plates in order to get 3 runners to the relic. The 3rd runner will need to slam on the vessel, which is a knight in the middle of the room, indicated by a clear shield around it. At that point, have 4 people stand near the bombs. Wait for Oryx to slam his fist down once again. You see the text come up that says Oryx calls in the darkness. Stand inside the bomb until you see your name scroll up saying that you've detonated the bomb, and then run as fast as you can to the aura. Place down a well of radiance or some kind of damage buff and do damage on Oryx's chest. When damage is over, prepare yourself for either the mortars or the shade of Oryx. If you get the mortars, all you have to do is defeat all 4 knights on all 4 plates to avoid being hit by the mortar attack. Or you can just run around the base of your plate. If you get the shade, you need to enter the shade one by one and look for a shade of Oryx that you need to defeat in order to get out of the bubble. From this point, rinse and repeat until you've reached the final stance mechanic. For final stance, kill the ogres at plates 1 and 4 and detonate the bombs they leave on the text cube. Return to the aura in the middle and destroy Oryx. I would like to thank all of you for viewing this video, and I hope it helps you. I stream on Twitch at Lord_Kermit317. And don't forget, if you liked it, then you should have put a like on it.